So Asmondgold had turned around and covered some of what Kaceytron had said and done, and him and a very well-known H3 hater have been going back and forth the last couple of days, okay? And I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was fun and enjoyable, so I figured I'd, share with you guys. I haven't really enjoyed Asmondgold since he started doing political content, but I like to see that he's, rolling in the mud still. So Asmondgold exposes the insane amount of times that Kaceytron has talked about him on Twitter. Kaceytron in her video was crying for sympathy, complaining she is consistently harassed by Asmondgold, which is something that we did just watch her do. I don't know why you hated yourself enough to watch her.
So this is the person who's complaining about me harassing her.
Which is crazy. Look at this.
These are the amount of times that she's tweeted about me and talked about me.
It's just going on and on and on and on. Wild.
Man.
And she's claiming harassment. She's claiming harassment from Asmondgold.
How about that? You guys thought it was over. No, it just didn't load yet. There was too many of them. I wonder...
But remember, guys, she's a woman, so she's always the victim, okay?
I wonder how long it's going to go. I do. I wonder how long it's going to go for. Let's find out. It's 2023. There's no way it can go that much longer, right? This is like the credits for, oh, there we go. Okay, it's over now. Yeah, this is like the credits for Concord. It's unbelievable. So, you've been getting mad about me for 6 years. And you've been a victim.
She has been, I'm not going to say nonstop, but she has been tweeting about Asmondgold for 5 to 6 years, but claims Asmondgold is the one harassing her.
Well, now you actually are. Too bad, huh? Oh, wow. A victim of your own stupidity.
Yep.
From Kaceytron Asmondgold. Oh, the opposite for me?
So now he's looking how many times he has tweeted about Kaceytron.
Asmondgold, Kaceytron. The last time I called her fat and that she smelled bad.
So the last time he tweeted about her was April 25th, 2024. Well over a year ago.
And this is something reasonable. This is also something reasonable.
So I know you guys, it'll probably be a little harder for you to see it. So the last time he tweeted was in 2024. Prior to that was 2021. Prior to that, 2019. This dude averages a tweet towards her once every 3 years, 2 to 3 years.
And this is something reasonable. This is also something reasonable.
Looks like 2019 was a big year for her.
Oh, no, this is her being annoying. You're literally making shit up. So this is it.
That's it.
Yep.
From 2019, he tweeted about her 5-6 times, then didn't tweet about her again until 2021, then didn't tweet about her again until 2024. Now, can we turn around and say and equate the totality of somebody's engagement or content on a person based off of tweets? No, of course not. But it shows a direct contrast, at least on Twitter, of the amount of times that she has talked about him versus him to her. And let's be realistic. If we look at Asmondgold's channel, it's not nearly going to have as many times of him talking about her as her talking about him. I just think this is funny. And this is what people do. This is what professional victims do. The moment they get entangled, the moment they face pushback, the moment they get called out for what they do, it's like they have amnesia. They just turn around and completely forget about all the things they said about somebody, all the times they talked about that person, all the things that they've commented, all the lies, everything. Crazy.
Yep, this is the whole thing. 2019. It's embarrassing. Yep, that's it. That's all. And so, yeah, half a page. Yeah, a little bit disproportionate, huh? What do you think? How dare you harass?
Just a little bit. Now, here is Kaceytron's newest Kaceytron's newest statement that she made. Kaceytron says she fought misogyny on Twitch for over 10 years, earning hatred from incels like Asmondgold, XQC, and red pill rape apologist Kmplxity. I have no idea who the hell Kmplxity is, so I'm not going to speak on any of that. Claims Asmondgold keeps saying she lied about people because of Tectone and Rich Campbell, which she has made an assertion that both Tectone and Rich Campbell are racists. Now, Tectone and Rich Campbell both have had allegations against them. Tectone's never went anywhere legal. And when it came to Rich Campbell, the girl who turned around and claimed that he raped her and tried suing him for damages dropped her lawsuit. So that's a little bit of information for you. Then it says Ethan Klein's lawsuit against her, Denims, and Frogan came unprecedented, which is just a bold-faced lie. Claims many anti-Kaceytron drama slop YouTube videos have suspiciously high views despite terrible quality, implying bot farms inflating incel creators. So here's a little 6 minutes of hers. Let's watch what she has to say.
I have been on this platform for 10 plus years speaking out against misogyny in the space, and that's why I have the ire of so many incels, as you have seen. And to be,
which is absolutely crazy, because it's like, okay, if your whole thing is you only hate me because you're an incel, okay, so then if that means that if somebody has had sex or is in a relationship, your argument is completely and utterly invalid. It just is. It's 100% invalid at that point. So what's your next argument as to why this person does not like you? Some people, especially creators on the platform, on any platform, just can't take the fact that people don't like them. Whether it's reasonable or unreasonable, they just don't like them. It's just 100%. Those are just incels in disguise. Yeah, they're like Transformers. They're just incels in disguise. They all have beards, you know?
Clear to the incels, no, I'm not saying Ethan Klein is an incel. I've never made that claim about Ethan. But Asmondgold and XQC are a different story.
Which makes absolutely no sense, considering Asmondgold has been in many public relationships and XQC has also been in a public relationship. He was literally living with a woman for so long that she tried to insinuate that they were legally married by the amount of years that they were living together. So how are they incels?
Clear. Whenever it comes to like the incels like Asmondgold and XQC and even rape apologist Quinn. There was even like, I don't know if you guys follow the incel subreddit LSF, but even like that. So there's this one being in the Twitch space for 10 plus years, it's like you just become kind of familiar with all of these different misogynistic caricatures that are in this space. And Kmplxity, I think, is he might just be Quinn. I can't remember, but he's one of them. And he's like a Diablo player or something like that. I can't even fucking remember. But he's just like red pilled as fuck. And
the wonderful thing about this is she's trying to explain away all criticism levied against her by simply calling people incels. Yet 2 of the 3 people, again, I don't know who Quinn is, 2 of the 3 people have been in long-term public relationships.
And he once like made this
Crazy
statement.
how you read them like a book when you said they were going to react to your lawsuit update and predicted exactly what they were going to say.
Bro, this is like, everybody knows that they're going to respond and laugh at her. You want to know why? Because that was everybody's initial response when they found out she was getting sued. So of course they're going to respond the exact same way because their opinions haven't changed. This wasn't like Barry Bonds calling his home run at the plate, okay? This wasn't some 5D chess move. Everybody knew that she was going to be made fun of because at the end of the fucking day, everybody was already making fun of her. This isn't some mastermind.
Yeah, like a lot of them. Oh my goodness. Let me just speak on this Kmplxity.
King
So-
Thayer gifted 5.
I don't care about all
quoted that. I was like, is this you? And I quoted like him saying that women who wear short skirts deserve to be raped. And I
And if that's true, he's a terrible person, but that doesn't absolve you from stealing from somebody.
ratioed him, as the kids say. I got like 50K likes on this tweet where I was calling this Quinn character out for saying that women who wear skirts deserve to be raped. And that's why he was on LSF laughing about the idea of me having my house foreclosed on because of this lawsuit. Like, I'm just telling you, all of this incel rage and ire towards me comes from the fact that at one point in time, I called these men out for their misogyny, or I called their friends out for their misogyny. And the misogyny rage.
So it has nothing to do with the fact that she openly admitted to providing a market substitute to H3. It has everything to do with the fact that she called out H3's misogyny. Yeah, let's try that in a court. Let's try that in a courtroom and see exactly what the response will be from the judge. Like, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, if the judge feels like there is no merit to the lawsuit, the judge will exclude the lawsuit. The judge will drop the case. The judge will not proceed with the case. So if it happens to where they finally get to and are going forward, because it seems as though they're still going forward based off of the last lawsuit update we got with Denims. It seems as though the judge believes that there's enough information for them to be proceeding with certain aspects of the courtroom. We haven't seen or heard them talk about going into discovery yet, which would mean that the lawsuit is 100% on, because you only go into discovery to prepare for the lawsuit, right? So I just think it's absolutely asinine and incredibly stupid of her to turn around and try and make all of these assertions, because if it does come down to her losing this lawsuit, they have the ability to play all of this in court. Everything that she's talking about, claiming that it's all because of misogyny or incels or anything of that nature. So if she tries to beg, or she tries to appeal to the court and to people and to the jury that she's seen the error of her ways and that she was wrong and all of this other stuff, all you have to do is keep in mind these videos right here where she's claiming that this lawsuit is frivolous and it's only because I called these people out. And if I'm on that jury, seeing multiple videos of her saying this isn't going to make me believe that she's sorry for her actions whatsoever.
Ranges from basically like sexual harassment to straight up like rape and abuse. Like, the reason why Asmondgold keeps on saying that I've lied on people, he's talking about Tectone and Rich Campbell.
Or he's talking about the fact that you claimed maliciously and falsely that he's the reason his mother died. Or the fact that you said Asmondgold killed his mother might be the reason why he hates you. Have you ever thought about that? Has that ever floated into your brain whatsoever?
Yeah. So yeah, if you're wondering why I have so much of the ire of the incel crowd, that is why. If you go and look me up on YouTube, even before all this lawsuit shit happened, there's like a whole sector of incel drama slop tubers that have incel. They're all incels. Incel everything. Incel this, incel that. Everybody's an incel that disagrees with me. Her brain is too fried. Yeah, her brain is like a cracked egg in an Australian summer. Yeah, 100%. And I'm so done with this. I absolutely hate everything having to do with her. She's a moron. So here's a couple of clips of people reacting to what Asmondgold had to say about Kaceytron. We will also be reacting to Kaceytron, or to Asmondgold's coverage of this. So here's a XQC as a response, or at least a small clip of what he has to say when it comes to Asmondgold. To providing my family with my full support. Ethan?
Don't ever believe any of this bullshit. She is the nastiest fucking person ever.
Real
She's
shit.
so nasty,
Real
so
true.
obnoxious. She has no problem bringing up my dead mother,
Yup.
weaponizing her audience against people, spreading lies against people. Nah, you get what you fucking deserve.
Real shit on
You
God.
do. And if he wins the case, you have to pay for not only all of your legal fees, but you have to pay for his as well. You're going to be fucked for the rest of your life if you lose this.
Even though this is true, it's usually a little bit it's kind of annoying too.
Hey, you insult moron. She is a more off because she is more off than on. That's a good one, Neon.
Make that happen. Like,
and it's all because of your ego.
Maybe somebody pays for
it's because of your ego.
It's not like automatic.
It's because you could never admit you were wrong. You could never engage with anybody in good faith. And now your entire family is suffering because of your ego, your fucking hubris, your inability to accept anything that you're doing is wrong, and you've ruined your life. And everybody's watching.
Since this lawsuit was announced, it has resulted in a barrage of hate and harassment that has been incredibly mentally taxing.
What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit.
And it's just true. All of it is sympathy baiting, okay? Every last bit of it is sympathy baiting. None of it has anything to do with other than the fact that she is back into a corner and she's finally having to reap what she sowed, okay? So I'm not going to play all of it because we're going to be looking at the actual reaction, right, to Asmondgold coverage of this. Hey, so this is Quinn. This is the person that I believe she's talking about, Kmplxity, who she claims said that, girls who wear skirts deserve to be, raped and all that. So this was what he had to say when to her video.
Principles, and she would do literally anything if she thought she was going to get in snare points for it, including harm. Well, she does tons of harm all the time to people online. And she encourages people to harass and do all sorts of messed up shit. Like she gasses up the worst people online.
Yep.
And it's one of those things where, hey, deserved fucking El Bozo, rip Bozo, you will not be missed.
Pack watch.
Reaping what is sown. This is reaping what is sown.
They're misogynist.
This is a giga W. This is a giga W. From my Jew brother, from another mother. Okay? Giga W. Rest in piss.
Hateful behavior.
So as can be seen, all the incels have all come together to hate on her. The incels have all, they're the little incel chat group that everybody is apparently in because she believes that anyone who has criticism for her is just, this moron misogynist.
Rest in fucking piss. Like, she should unironically be deplatformed. That's how toxic she is. There's not hardly anyone I think that should be banned on fucking.
I disagree with that. I don't think she should be deplatformed. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the ability to cover her
in these platforms. This is one person. I really think, dude, I'm a believer that dude, they should let fucking whoever. Most people are good, but this is one of the few that I don't know how the fuck she is allowed to be on the internet.
I will say that she's so freaking boring as hell. Now, here we have Anthony Sargon, who is a very well-known H3 hater, who is attempting to go ahead and use another sympathy bait, right? So I'm going to go ahead and read through this. So this is him retweeting Kaceytron's 8-minute video that we watched in the beginning. Ethan Klein just dropped the lawsuits. You are ruining people's lives and your own life in the process. I'm not exactly sure how he's ruining his life. I mean, if he wins this, that's $150K potentially in his pocket. Doesn't really sound like a ruined life to me, but okay. End this fucking cycle at once and for all. Jesus Christ. So Zach, aka Asmondgold, turns around and says, all you do is talk shit about Ethan. Why would he look for your approval? Don't believe me? Search this and read the posts yourself. From Do Not Worry Pod, Ethan, which is his Twitter handle. You're not asking in good faith. You want to lie about and misrepresent someone while portraying yourself as a victim. Sargon returns and says, my approval is irrelevant at this point, but I used to be a huge fan and H3 inspired my entire show. If he drops the lawsuits, I would absolutely give him credit. Oh, wow, that's fantastic. I'm sure that he'll take that credit to the bank, as they say. Not sure how I'm making myself out to be a victim in this situation. Asmond says, honest question, do you think that the girls he's suing uploaded his video in good faith? Sargon responds by saying they definitely reacted to the video to criticize Ethan. Now, the word react there is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Like, is the reaction in the room with us or something? We all watched the Ethan video as to why he's suing Kaceytron, right? And Denims and Frogan. But I do not believe they reacted to it with the express purpose of stealing views and revenue, even though they specifically said that's why they're reacting to it. Frogan was a big part of the content nuke. Of course she'd watch it. Well, that has absolutely nothing to do with stealing content. Like, you could be a big part of anything. It doesn't necessarily give you the right at all to break the law. Ethan has personal reasons to sue these exact people, which doesn't matter whether you're indifferent or not. That has no basis on a lawsuit. You could dislike somebody and still be able to sue them, even though you absolutely hate them. As long as your lawsuit has the grounds and the legs to stand on, it's still going to go forward. A judge isn't going to turn around and say, you dislike this person, so I'm dismissing your legal right to protect your intellectual property. So Zach says, how do you reconcile with the fact that they on video explicitly said that exact thing you're saying they didn't, in reference to stealing his content? You could look it up and see for yourself. Sargon turns around and says, not that explicit to me, which is insane, Cope. And they're far from the only ones who watched it. Again, it doesn't matter. We watched it. But you know what? We turned that, 40-minute video into like a 3-hour long live stream. Okay? Like, it's not, there's a massive difference between people who watched it and provided commentary and transformed it versus people who didn't and only did it for an effort to gain more views, often providing more commentary than other streamers such as yourself, which is absolutely asinine to believe. Insane copium. Regardless, suing someone for $150K and celebrating their financial ruin for a video reaction is slightly insane. Also, rip Asmon dad. So if you guys don't know, Asmondgold's dad passed away a couple of months ago. They said that they were doing it specifically to deprive him of revenue and views. How is that not explicit to you? Sargon turns around and says, Zach, he doesn't give a shit about copyright. He's just getting back at them because he thinks they tanked his podcast, which is insane considering his podcast is still doing numbers. And you have personal beef with Kaceytron, so you're enjoying this for your own reasons. Which, again, sure, I don't have a personal beef with Kaceytron, but I'm 100% enjoying this for my own reasons because I think people like her 100% deserve to reap what they sow. There's another way to solve this. He even refused settling with Kaceytron, which is within his right. He has every right to not to not settle. I don't understand what this whole morality bullshit is. Almost never do morals and legality meet hand in hand. Laws are not created based off of the morals of man. Laws are created based off of statistics and nothing else. This reply is the exact reason I hope Ethan sues them into poverty. This is Zach. Lying, gaslighting, and then hostility when pressed. You know what you're doing, and everyone else does too. You insult everyone's intelligence by engaging in such obvious manipulation. To which he responds with, Sargon says, suing them into poverty for watching his dumb fucking video. Nice, yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing to wish upon someone. You clowns are just enjoying the show. True, we are enjoying the show, but we're enjoying it because of who Kaceytron is. And then, of course, we have Nicholas Diorio W here. Now, this right here, this little this response was picked up by the one and only Holly Cannabis, aka Kaceytron's sister. So Kaceytron's sister decides to weigh in on this whole situation and says, hi, Zach. Casey sacrificed her 20s to take care of our family. Who cares? Doesn't matter in this lawsuit. We had both of our childhood homes foreclosed on and spent 10 years living with constant housing instability. Again, has absolutely no weight on this lawsuit. It doesn't fucking matter. Our mom, who is deaf, had been trapped with her abuser who stalked her, beat her, and stabbed her 3 times. Terrible thing to happen if true. has no weight on the lawsuit whatsoever. She probably wouldn't even be alive if Kacey had not worked her ass off to buy that house. Our younger sister, who is disabled, was also a victim of that violence. I was able to leave my own abusive relationship because of the stability Casey provided for our entire family. And when our father, who is physically disabled, facing homelessness and had nowhere to go, Kacey took care of him too. All wonderful, wonderful things for her to do. So if that was the situation that they were in, she probably should have thought twice before deciding to openly, maliciously break the law. I know you also grew up in poverty, and despite your and Kaceytron's differences, I find it pretty sad you would even wish that kind of violence on our family. What violence? Nobody's wishing violence on her family. You are suffering she is suffering, your family is suffering the consequences of Kacey's actions. That's not violence. That's not violence at all. I find it pretty okay. I wouldn't wish that on my worst fucking enemy. Well, unfortunately for you, Kaceytron would be, would be totally fine if this was happening to Ethan. If Ethan was facing financial destitute, Kaceytron would be going live, laughing about it, happy about it, and making money off of it. I don't even know you. Why are you wishing homelessness on our family? Crazy for drama. So Zach turns around and says, "Who asked?" I don't care. And if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't either. Exactly. If the shoe was on the other foot, Kaceytron's sister would not even come to the defense of freaking Ethan. She wouldn't be retweeting somebody who is against Ethan Klein, asking why they would be wishing for violence and homelessness on the Kleins. Emotional blackmail to avoid accountability, manipulative and predictable. It won't save you. Facts. If she was supporting all of these people, why would she blatantly break the law and put that at risk? Which is the big question that does not seem to have an answer to these people. If this was the straits that she was in, if this was the dire situation her family was facing every single day, why would she then so ignorantly and stupidly take it upon herself to openly break the law? You react to videos all day, Zach. Fantastic response. You know what? You react to videos. Yes, the key word there is react. Kaceytron watches videos. She doesn't react to them. Intentionally misunderstanding things might work on Twitter, but it won't work in court. Your sister will find that out soon. So you think my entire family should be homeless because Kacey reacted to a video? Again, these people are just intentionally being dumb. They are intentionally ignorant. They continue to say, oh, because she reacted, react. Moron. The whole reason the lawsuit is happening is because she did not react to the video. Just because she's on screen smoking and talking every once in a while does not mean she's reacting to the damn video. So it's crazy. And here's the other thing too. Kaceytron, why is your family getting involved in this online? Why is your family trying to have these engagements and talk to these people? If they're in such dire straits, do you not realize that all of this stuff could very easily be used and put in the lawsuit as well, depending on where things go with the lawsuit? Maybe it would be a good idea to advise your family, your sister at least, to not be making public statements, to not be going after people, to not be doing all of this. Might be a very good idea. Now, Asmond did a response live stream to Sargon because Sargon decided to go live covering the fact that he and Asmondgold were arguing on Twitter, and Asmond went ahead and responded to it. So this is going to be a short little clip here as to Asmond's response, and then we're going to get into his coverage of Kaceytron. And when I do that, we're going to toss on some Arc Raiders.
Someone putting their family at risk by reacting to a fucking YouTube video.
That's not what's being discussed. That was never what was being discussed. You're not even willing to engage with the
Man, why are some of these videos so freaking low?
substance of what's being discussed. Like, you've been on a generational crash out for 3 days because I exposed you for being a biased retard. And apparently it just made it worse.
Ethan Klein is literally suing these people out of fucking pettiness because he doesn't like them, because his podcast isn't hitting the 1 million views they used to fucking hit.
So now you're saying it's because of his podcast. And also, if he's suing them, here's the thing, right? Is that if you want to bring up the fact that he's suing them because he's petty. All right, well, here's a big problem, okay? Is that your Twitter logic and Twitter morality of like why it's okay to sue and not to sue somebody isn't the same as the law. So really, like, this is like...
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Arc Raiders. Yes, Vixie. So it doesn't matter if his views aren't at 1 million, right, on his podcast. He's still making tens of thousands of dollars a month, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Not only that, but he has, the clients have their hands in many different cookie jars, right? Hila Klein has her clothing line. Ethan Klein has the H3 Productions, the podcast, all of these different things. They have Teddy Fresh, right? They have a plethora of different monetary avenues. Whereas Kaceytron, Denims, and Frogan do not have the same thing because they're not important people and they don't know how to manage their money properly. So to turn around and say, oh, well, he's suing them because they're not making those million view videos anymore is incredibly stupid, because then that would mean that somebody who has a couple tens of views, hundreds of views, or just thousands of views would also be going around and just suing people. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. And I do think it's funny, the Twitter logic here.
Like this Twitter justifications, like, oh, but Your Honor, like, look at how many little views he's getting. He's doing this for attention. Like, are you so captured by internet logic and internet rationality that you can't even comprehend a legal argument?
And
Yes. These people are incredibly captured by Twitter. Like, all of these is Twitter talking points. This is everything this is just placating not placating, but this is just pandering to their moronic crowd of people who watch them. That's what this is. It's a constant, no, he doesn't have an actual case, guys. He's just a meanie. He's just a racist. He's a bad man. He's just a misogynist. Just like everything you guys think he is, I think he is too. So please don't go anywhere.
they're out there fucking trying to justify it. Do you know how many fucking unethical reacts you fucking done? How many times you should have probably been sued for shit?
Well, when did I say that I was uploading a video in order for people to watch it on my channel instead of watching it on the original channel that it was released on? Oh, that's
exactly.
Right, 0. You'd know this. If you knew anything about fair use, you would know that trying to put your work on the internet or wherever it is as a market replacement, that's the term, you can look this one up, as a market replacement, this is something that you very easily and very obviously can find out is this is a main component for fair use. So,
which it is. If you are providing or claiming to provide or attempting to provide, especially stupidly saying that you're providing a market substitute, that's exactly that's the whole reason why they're being sued, is because not only did they provide a market substitute, they openly stated they were providing a market substitute.
Oh, when have I ever uploaded something and said that I'm uploading it for the explicit purpose of depriving somebody else of revenue or viewership on their video? When have I done that? Oh, that's right. I've never done that. You're talking to somebody here that is trying to lie to you. Like, this person is trying to lie to you. He's trying to mislead you. The fact is that it's very obvious what the difference is, and every reasonable person knows that. That's why you're getting so much hate for it. It's because you're engaging in such an obvious, blatant lie. You're engaging in
and it's the reason why people don't have the ability to interact with anyone who's defending Kaceytron whatsoever. Like, it's one thing, right, to sit there and be like, listen, guys, I think that Ethan Klein should settle. Did she do wrong? Yes, but I think that it's a little unfair, this, that, and the third, right? But most of their points is just, he's an incel. He's an incel, guys. He's a bad person. He's a misogynist. He's this, that, and the third. So, and to me, It seems as though the chickens have come home to roost, and Kaceytron is just mad that there's shit all over the floor. Okay, that's the bottom line. So we're gonna take a look over here at Asmondgold's response. I honestly believe that Ethan Klein's going to continue to go through with the lawsuit. And we have to also take this into consideration too, right? If Ethan was to settle, if he was to turn around, settle his lawsuit, decide, you know what, I will stop suing you, then what's going to actually happen when it comes to the crowd that is on Kaceytron's side? Oh, that's right. They're all going to look at it as a big W. They're all going to turn around and be like, oh my God, Kaceytron won. She's correct. Ethan is such a pussy. He couldn't even go through with it, blah, 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 right? They're not going to look at this and be grateful of the fact that Ethan decided to stop going forward with the lawsuit. And here's another thing, right? If let's say that Kaceytron, or let's say Ethan Klein reached out to Kaceytron and he turns around and he's like, look, I will drop the lawsuit if you publicly go out there and say that you were wrong. If you publicly say that you made up things about me, that I'm not a misogynist, that the H3 community isn't full of incels, that I'm not a racist, because there's been plenty of times where Kaceytron has turned around and referred to Ethan as Ethan KKK Klein, right? Insinuating that he's a fucking Klan member as a goddamn Jew. So would she do that? Do you honestly believe that she would do something like that? My money's on no, absolutely freaking not, which is exactly the reason why I don't believe that he should in any way, shape, or form turn around and take his foot off her neck. Excited to hang out with you tonight, boss, Brady and Colby. Hey, what's up, Epic Brady? Yeah, it's gonna be some fun. I'll definitely be unprepared. I will not be drinking tonight, but it'll be some fun, my man. It'll definitely be some fun. All right, let's go over some of Asmondgold's response or coverage of Kaceytron, and then we'll move on to the internet holy wars.
Raise GoFundMe goal, knowing that she'll be mocked by Asmongold and XQC incel fans.
In September, I made a settlement offer to Ethan for $17,500. This offer was publicly revealed by Ethan to his Instagram followers.
Yeah?
My mother, father, and sister all struggle with disability and housing instability. They are my family and they depend on me.
Then why would you put them at risk by saying that you're committing copyright infringement on your stream? Why would you put them at risk? If you know that they depend on you and you are trying to help these people, why would you do that? Does it make sense?
This month, like many other low-income Americans, my mother and disabled sister had their food stamps taken away. Under the current political climate, the future of funding for other assistance is uncertain. I cannot afford to fail them. I simply want this nightmare to be over so that I can go back to providing my family with my full support. Ethan?
Don't ever believe any of this bullshit. She is the nastiest fucking person ever. She's so nasty, so obnoxious.
And the thing about this too is that you could sit there and say that, he hates that he hates Kaceytron. And I'm going to be honest. If my mother had died from a medical issue, right, or any family member had died from a medical issue, and somebody was trying to insinuate that I was the cause of that person's death, of that family member's death, or just any person that I actually cared about's death, I too would be pissed to all hell, and I think I would have every right to just hate that person, don't you?
She has no problem bringing up my dead mother, weaponizing her audience against people, spreading lies against people. Nah, you get what you fucking deserve. You do.
Exactly.
That's what you get.
Klein is suing me for $150,000, which is the maximum damages for malicious copyright infringement.
Wow.
I believe it is highly unlikely that a court would find me liable for copyright infringement at all, and certainly not malicious copyright infringement.
Well, that's what a lawyer wrote
My
for
offer
her.
was tied to the maximum damages for normal copyright infringement, which has a maximum damage.
Well, how is it not malicious whenever you said you were doing it to deprive him of revenue?
Exactly. Now, I will sit here and say this. obviously she's not going to sit there and turn around and be like, guys, I was malicious when I took it or when I did this, because then it would reflect poorly on her part, especially when it comes to the especially when it comes to the lawsuit, because again, anything you say can and will be used against you. So if she admits any level of fault or any level of maliciousness and Ethan decides not to turn around and accept her settlement, then, you know, she's going to be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. So this is why I say what I say. This is why I say what I say, you know, that freaking if Ethan Klein came to her and was like, hey, look, admit you did this maliciously, admit you tried, you provided a market substitute, admit that you were stealing all of this from me. Do you honestly believe that she would put her ego aside and do that? I personally don't. And the reason I personally don't is because of the support that she's been given by the anti-Ethan hate crowd would then turn around and dissipate. Sure, you'd have certain people say like, oh, she's just doing this to get out of the lawsuit, and they would stick around. But then you'd have other people who are like, oh my God, no, you were supposed to go homeless defending us against, you know, defending yourself against the Kleins. Why would you do this to us? Like they're the ones being sued or something.
Like, I mean, this is the problem, is that people like this are so allergic to accountability that they literally cannot even engage with anything in any sort of authentic way.
Yep.
You're not even listening to what he said. You're not even trying. Isn't it crazy?
Damage of $30,000. Considering it is unlikely there are any damages at all that I could have caused, even if I am found liable for copyright infringement, my offer of $17,500 felt very generous. For me,
which isn't a crazy thing to say, honestly. Guys, I am so incredibly generous with what I am trying to offer him. It's up to me. I'm such a good person. You know, I honestly don't even think I owe him any money, but out of the graciousness of me, like out of the kindness of my heart, I decided to offer him $17,500. I'm such a good person. Like, dude, do you not understand that if you were to be found liable for copyright infringement, it would be the damn courts, or I guess I should say the jury, who determines how much money you should be paying him out. So it's just, I don't understand why this person is offering such a backhanded ass shit to Ethan and at the same time asking him to take mercy on her.
that is a lot of money, and it would have come directly from my own pocket.
Well, yeah,
if
obviously
we are unable to reach a
Where else would it
settlement
come
soon,
from?
this could stretch all the way to December of next year and cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars in lawyers' fees.
Yep, exactly. It's like, whose
Through
fault
the
is
end of
that?
the trial. To be clear, I don't make anywhere near this kind of money. Like most Americans, I live paycheck.
Then why did you do it? Like, you could have just come out and apologized and said, you know what, I was wrong, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this. But instead of that, you said that he was working with, like, I don't know if she said that she was working with Israel, but you implied this as well, at least I think you did. And you've gone out and said all this other negative stuff about Ethan. You brought up his kids, you've brought up other people's kids. Like, you've got really, I mean, this is the thing, is a person like this has no boundaries. You have no boundaries for what you are willing to or not willing to, you know, bring up in terms of like weaponizing against a person. So now, like, I mean, you had every opportunity to walk it back, to step back, and you didn't do any of those.
Exactly. See, she is more than willing to bring up somebody else's life, somebody else's family, somebody else's kids, somebody else's everything. And it's crazy because if this was happening again, if this was happening to Ethan, they would not care. She would be incredibly happy. She had every ability, every time that something occurred, she didn't have to get in the middle of it. She chose to get into the middle of everything. That's on her. Nobody else's fault but her own.
And maybe now you might pretend to do one because your back's against the wall. But I don't know if Ethan's going to let this happen or not. I mean, in my opinion, I bet he's probably going to go through with the trial and get the full $150,000. And also, it's not going to be $150,000. If the judge awards him with anything, that's going to mean that he won the case. And if he wins the case, you have to pay for not only all of your legal fees, but you have to pay for his as well. You're going to be fucked for the rest of your life if you lose.
And not only that, but the judges have the ability to turn around and be like, okay, we're going to award him damages. And then we're also there's two different types of damages. I forget. There's punitive, and then there's also another type of damage, which what it does is like basically for malicious intent. So if they award her punitive award him punitive damages along with forget the other type of damage, she could actually end up looking at having to pay out more than just the $150,000. $150,000 is just damages based off of him winning the lawsuit, if that's the maximum. If they turn around and decide to award, I believe it's punitive damages, that means that they could tack on another $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 as well.
Lose this. And it's all because of your ego. It's because of your ego. It's because you could never admit you were wrong. You could never engage with anybody in good faith. And now your entire family is suffering because of your ego, your fucking hubris, your, inability to accept anything that you're doing is wrong. And you've ruined your life. And everybody's watching.
Yup.
To paycheck. Since this lawsuit was announced, it has resulted in a barrage of hate and harassment that has been incredibly mentally taxing.
What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. Do you really think that, you regularly completely lie about people all of the time? Do you really think that they never get harassed by you?
And that's what I was saying earlier, right? If somebody was to turn around and with any significant sized audience talk about somebody else, then all of a sudden, it's harassment. But let's not forget, she's the one who decided to talk about Ethan, who has this massive fandom. So any level of response is warranted, right? Well, let me rephrase that. Not any level of response, but them responding is completely warranted. Just like she has no control over what it is that her fans do or try to do, neither does Ethan. So I'm not exactly sure why it is that she's trying to do this sympathy baiting BS, stating that she's receiving all this harassment. So does that mean that, harassment's only okay so long as it's for you rather than against you?
You regularly harass and lie about people constantly. But now that it's happening to you, you're the victim. Oh, you're being harassed because of the lawsuit. You're doing this all the time. Such an egotistical woe is me attitude. Consequences. Yep. We love consequences.
Every day across all of my social media, I am relentlessly reminded that my life could be ruined.
It already is. You've already ruined your life. You just don't know it yet.
I will say, I definitely will say is that, she has turned around and said that maybe she should have done better grifting in the past and done more sides or picked better sides in the past. So I'm going to be honest. I don't see exactly how her life is going to get better from this position and from this point in time. How exactly is she going to find, what does she think is going to happen if she was to settle? Is she going to turn around and learn her lesson and not fucking do something like this? I doubt it. I completely doubt it, especially considering when this first initially occurred, she was talking about how, oh my gosh, guys, I never even reacted to it. And Ethan, he used editing software to make it look like I reacted to it. Then she turned around and said, I don't even remember reacting to it. I was too high. So if Ethan was to take her settlement offer, would it only take for her to get high again to completely forget that he was, that he made that he took her settlement? Would she turn around and start talking shit about him and lying about him all over again just because she got stoned? Like, how exactly is this supposed to, like, you're not operating in any level of good faith unless there's some sort of a contract that happens stating that she's not going to do something like this again.
Yeah, what do you mean it already happened? What are you talking about? Like, what's this past tense?
That myself and my family could wind up living on the streets, that Ethan is going to foreclose on my home. All realities that feel very real to me right now, and all being used by...
But and even because of that, you never stepped back, and you didn't try to take it down. You tried to play it off. And this is what I think is funny, is that people like this, these are people that are finally realizing that their little group of weird, mentally ill followers are not the law.
Exactly. They're starting to realize that just because you have people who agree with you, you know, and all this Twitter logic means absolutely nothing in the long scheme of things, right? Just because you have a group of people who are as dumb as you are, who are willing to go ahead and just fucking huff the farts that you're putting out, doesn't mean that you're correct. Your little echo chamber can't save you when it comes to a third party, you know, when it comes to people who are actually having to use their brain like a judge or jury. It has absolutely no bearing on Twitter logic. It has no bearing on, you know, your fees or anything like that. Every single piece of it is going to be analyzed and looked at with logical thoughts, not this, I'm hurt, my feelings are hurt, so I'm correct.
You were getting gassed up by Reddits, by snark subs, and all these other weird, mentally ill, middle-aged women on social media that, no, you're right, girl. And you know what? They all convinced you to carry your cross, and now Ethan's nailing you up to it.
Yep.
You never had to do this. You did this to yourself. And you're not a victim. Well, actually, you are. You're a victim of your own stupidity.
And it's crazy that she hasn't even recognized this yet. She literally hasn't even recognized the fact that the group of people that she decided to pander to has completely left her out to dry. None of them have come to her aid, really. I mean, what exactly have they done? They made some videos here or there. They retweeted some of the stuff that they've said, or she said. They've called Ethan mean and a misogynist and a racist. But how have they actually tried helping her? Like, seriously, think about it. If she's down bad right now, tens of thousands of dollars, I'm going to assume she's had to have spent so far on this litigation. Where are these friends of hers that, you know, got her into this mess in the first place?
That's it. Yeah, you had every opportunity. And now, whenever all the chips are down and you want Ethan to show you mercy, I hope he doesn't. I'll be honest. I hope he doesn't. I hope he sues her and he goes all the way with this. This person is a parasite. They are a hostile, bad actor. They repeatedly lie about tons of other creators. They bandwagon on hate to everyone. Then they've been doing this. Kaceytron's been doing this for years. You've been doing this for years and years and years, and now finally it's happening to you, and it's not happening to you like, oh, well, you know, this is like some like negative thing that happened, like, oh, somebody made a mean video about me. No, now you're being sued, and you could be out on the fucking streets.
And that's the thing about this. If Ethan did not have the money to sue her, right, she would not in any way, shape, or form be willing to put her ego aside. She wouldn't be willing to turn around and do any level of self-reflection. If she was not facing some sort of financial destitute or real world life, like real world consequences, there's nothing that she wouldn't be doing this. She wouldn't be, doing this backhanded bullshit apology or anything like that. What she would be doing, however, is continuing to argue with him online rather than looking inward and seeing where she went wrong. I mean, she's still not looking inward and seeing where she went wrong, but it is what it is, right? I think it's absolutely crazy for her to turn around and try and pretend like if this was anywhere on the other, if this was on the other foot, that she wouldn't be gleeful about it, or if Ethan didn't have the money to sue her, that she wouldn't be sitting here trying to make a plea to him or plea to the internet. This is just complete BS. The only reason she's in any way, shape, or form humbling herself at all is due to the fact that Ethan actually has the money to make her to give her consequences. That's it. If he was just another person on the internet, another creator without the level of success that he has had, she would be like, fuck you, and continue to lie about him and say all the things that she's been saying about him this entire time.
How does it feel? Because if any of the accusations that you leverage against other people were found to be true, and people all believed what you were saying about them, those other people probably be out on the streets too. You're not mad that this is happening. You're mad it's happening to you.
Yep.
Ethan said he wouldn't show her mercy after she caused his employees and friends to quit the job on stream for mental health reasons. Exactly. Never, like, whenever I see this, I maybe this sounds horrible. I love this. I'm so happy to see this. Because this is, in my opinion, a bad actor, awful person that is having their life totally fucking ruined for being a piece of shit.
Yep.
Being a piece of shit for no reason. You never had to act like this. Yep, the consequences of your act. Yeah, the self-righteousness.
The chickens have come home to roost.
The sanctimonious behavior, the nasty lying, the reputation destruction, and now you're going to lose your house over it. Too bad. Deserved. Listening to you mercilessly roast this girl to upbeat tavern music is surreal.
I think that it's insane that she's wanting to continue having like these fights and these spits and spats with other people while all of this is going on. Like, why is it so difficult for this woman to just be quiet? And if it was a man, I'd be saying the exact same thing. Like, why is it so difficult for her or anybody to just shut up? Just like stop talking. Like, that's all you have to do. Just be quiet. Reach out. You know, Ethan has turned around and said, you know what? We are not going to turn around. I don't accept your freaking lawsuit settlement, right? I don't accept it. All right, good. Go away then. Like, just leave it at that. The whole reason that you're doing this plea to the internet is for sympathy baiting. That's literally it. That's the only reason why she's doing this. Because Ethan has turned around and publicly stated that he's not going to take her settlement. So she's hoping that if she makes this plea to the internet, goes on and cries, that she'll be able to turn around and fucking to cause some sort of like social pressure to him and force him by a social construct into settling. It has nothing to do about her family. It has nothing to do about money. It has nothing to do about any of this. She is trying to put weight and stress test Ethan's resolve on not settling. And I hope he doesn't settle. I honestly do, because this is such BS freaking emotional blackmail ass shit. No, I'm sorry. It's terrible that your family went through these things. It's terrible that you were living paycheck to paycheck. All of this stuff is absolutely terrible. But you know what's worse is you using your family and the plights of your family to try and emotionally blackmail this guy into, just choosing to no longer sue you, while at the same time you are choosing to not acknowledge that you were in the wrong.
Yeah.
Hateful onlookers to push me into killing myself. The thought of dealing...
You're killing yourself by smoking as much as you do and being fat.
Well, I disagree with that. I mean, smoking weed isn't going to kill anybody.
Killing yourself right now.
With the constant doxing, threats to my life, and harassment for another year
just the way
is
it
extremely
is.
Dark. This treatment...
It's not going to be for another year. It's going to be for multiple years. Because after you lose the case, then obviously there's going to be content about you losing the case.
Yep.
And then after the content about you losing the case, then there's going to be your reaction to that content. Then there's going to be content about the reaction to the content about you losing the case. This is never going to end. Like, this is the rest of your life. This is it. Welcome to the rest of your life. Yeah, this is the way it goes. How old is she? Who cares?
And wears on a person, and it has left me feeling extremely drained, isolated, and depressed.
Good. That's what you did to other people. Now it's happening to you. You deserve it.
I've changed my GoFundMe goal to better reflect the cost of this sort of litigation. Again, these funds are exclusively for my lawyer fees. This is not money that will go towards any sort of settlement or to any of my personal expenses. I don't know. Like, I don't want to be, like, criticized for, like, coming on camera and, like, crying and shit, because it's not.
Then don't come on camera and cry. Simple. Then just don't do it.
But Asmon, she has to get in the sympathy points. She has to turn around and make sure that everybody knows that she's having such a tough time. Like, it's performative. And I've been saying this. If people's opinions on situations will flip-flop and change depending on who they believe is in the right. And that's just the way the world goes. And that's the reason why I hate such performative people like freaking Vanilla Mace and what's her face. When I was talking about Vanilla Mace and QT Cinderella, and they were trying to hide what their opinions were when it came to bigotry and all of that. It's all performative. They only stand by these things so long as it is optically correct for them, or it's so long as they believe that that the people that they pander to, agrees with them. The moment the crowd that they are engaging with, the moment the crowd that they pretend to give a damn about gives them any level of pushback, they just don't care anymore. They turn around and are like, no, oh guys, I didn't actually believe about this. She better hope sympathy is worth 200K in donations. So far, not looking good. Very true. Very true. But as we know, you can't write a check with sympathy.
What, somebody made you get on camera and do this? No, you're just addicted to attention and you want sympathy. And so you went on camera and you thought that doing this is going to get more people to donate to you. That's it. Yeah, too late. Exactly. It's the way it goes. They never learn. They never learn, do they? Yeah, they never learn. Oh, man. I love it. This is a choice. It is. It makes me laugh. This girl is so fake. It's so fake. Her girl was 100K, and she has almost 50K on it. What's it up to now? I don't know. I mean, how much money is Ethan going to get? I guess we're going to find out, right, guys?
Not something that I want to do. Like, I've been put in this position where this.
Who put you in the position? Who was it? Because here's what's funny. Until you can admit that you were the person that put yourself in this position, you're going to, after this is over, you're going to do it again. You're going to end up.
See, and that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what the hell I said. If Ethan was not somebody who had the financial means to do this to her, to sue her, she wouldn't care. She would just continue going on about her day, lying about him, calling him all of these different things, saying all of these different things about him and his wife and all that. Like, that's exactly what she would do. The only reason she's in any way, shape, or form even remotely looking at this the way that she is due to the fact that she is suffering consequences for it. That's it. No other reason. And it's just insane that there's people who are like literally out here in life who think that, who honestly think that that's not the case. Who they actually believe this. Absolutely insane. Absolutely fucking insane. I'm going to go, hold on guys here for a second. Let me just go ahead and do this full screen just for a quick second.
In another position like this in the future. Because you're an obnoxious, sanctimonious, rude person. And the world isn't kind to people like that. Nobody likes you. That's the truth. Nobody likes a person like that. So this is the first time that it's happened to you on a big level. This is just the first time. That's all.
is what I have to do to survive. And like, I'm doing this knowing that it's going to result in like the whole fucking hate brigade, you know, like Asmondgold, XQC, all of them are gonna go.
Hello. Hi. You were right. Oh, man. That's too bad. Of course I'm going to talk about this. I love seeing this. This is the best thing that's happened to me today. Absolutely.
Live and make a video and make fun of me and laugh about how, you know, I'm going to lose every.
All right, I had to take a piss. Asmond, please don't sue me for that, 30 seconds. Okay, so this is, I'm going to cut it here because this has been like, almost a good hour or so of covering Kaceytron. Honestly, in my personal opinion, I think that there's no way this woman is going to learn any level of accountability if Ethan Klein decides to drop his lawsuit. I don't see her learning it. I don't see her looking inward. I don't see any of these things happening whatsoever. And the whole reason for it is because of everything that she's saying currently. There's absolutely no idea. There doesn't seem to be a single thought in her head claiming or showing anything that remotely looks as like an inward reflection. But I mean, that's me. Maybe other people see it and I don't. And you could chalk all of it up to her not wanting to say that she is in the wrong when it comes to this lawsuit. But you know what? If Ethan came to her and asked her and said, hey, admit you were in the wrong, make a live stream, go live, admit you were in the wrong, admit you had maliciously stolen my content, and that you lied about me and all these other things, I will drop the lawsuit. I don't really see that happening because she would end up losing the people who have come to watch her talk shit on Ethan Klein. If you want to watch the rest of Asmondgold's video, definitely go check it out. Highly recommend. Just for this, I don't recommend him for all of his political commentary. I haven't watched a lot of it, but there's a good amount of it. I don't know. I don't really like political shit.